Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mystica here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, we had completed the main game itself. We had played through all the acts, and we had gotten pretty much the same ending every single person gets. And I had talked about the last time, and even a little bit at the end of our videos that we were doing for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I had also mentioned that I was considering the option of going back in order to get the fulfilling ending, as it's called. In order to get the fulfilling ending, of course, you have to get all the CG cutscenes for all the girls, all the three main girls, and of course you have to get Monica's at the end. And the majority of this is actually not too difficult. In fact, I'm probably thinking the best way we can go ahead and do this, and I know we do have in here in the settings, we can click on here for it to show unseen text or after choices, whatever, but I'm not going to end with, not going to actually mess with any of that, believe it or not. I'm thinking instead, because since the game has a skip forward option, and from what I can understand, at first I was going to actually save at the poems as well, but from what I understand, you actually have to restart new game after you do each scene with the girls. So here's pretty much the plan as far as this game is concerned. And we're going to go ahead and do a new game. Let's see, I'm actually debating we want to choose the same character's name or not. In all honesty, I really don't see the point, in all honesty, of doing that. What's a good name we can choose here? Actually, let's see. Let's choose Peter. Okay, so pretty much real quick, here's what we're going to be doing. From what I read online, the easiest way to get the fulfilling ending is to basically play the girls in order, which is Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. Now, for Yuri's scenes, we have already seen all of hers, believe it or not. We've actually seen all of her scenes already, because pretty much even when you play through the game normally, like once you play through the second act after Sayori is deleted, then you actually end up going through Yuri's cutscenes anyway, so there's almost no way to miss those. So pretty much here's the plan. When we played through this the first time, we had gotten at least two of the three scenes for Sayori. And those two scenes was the first scene you get from her and the third scene you get from her. And this is whenever you tell her that you love her and when she confesses her feelings for you. So two of those three scenes we already have. So pretty much what I'm thinking of doing... why is it not... Can I skip? Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Might have to do that, actually. Okay, oh, here we go. Alright, so it's gonna give us a skip option now. I thought it would just let us skip straight from the beginning when you start a brand new game, but I guess not. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to skip this part until we get to the first poem, actually. Because all this stuff in the beginning we've already seen. This is all stuff you see straight from the beginning when you start off. And I'm assuming can we stop it? Oh, we can. Okay, so this is a good thing too. We can actually stop it. And I'm assuming when it gets to certain choices it stops on its own anyway. So, okay, here we go. So it's time to write a poem. So in order for me to do this correctly and not screw it up, I went ahead and I wrote down Sayori, all the words for her. And fortunately there's a lot of words, but hopefully we'll find them all. So let's see. So the choices we have here, let's see, Daydream is one she has. Okay, doop-a-doo. Happiness I know is definitely one of hers. Passion, is passion one of hers? I'm trying to spot out words that are easy to see from what I wrote from the list, because there is a lot of words for all the girls, unfortunately. As far as what's considered... No, I guess not. Passion's not one of them. Is Melody one of them? That might be an easy one to spot in my list. But pretty much here's the game plan. We're going to skip two of the three CGs for Sayori. I don't have the one? No, Melody's not one of them. Rain Cloud. Is Rain Cloud one? Because like I said, there's a lot of words for each of the girls, unfortunately. And it's kind of... Oh no, but Rainbow's one, but that's not on here. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, where is some of your words for you? Is ambient one of them? See, the problem is the guide I looked it up on Steam, and unfortunately the person who wrote it out, I really wish they would have wrote all these words in alphabetical order. That would have helped me so much easier to find them on what I wrote, but I'm starting to think there might be some that you won't be able to locate anyway. Is Promise one? No. Oh my goodness, why are some of these so difficult to find? I do apologize if I'm not finding what I need to find, unfortunately. I'm starting to think there may not even be one listed on this list we're given here. I guess not. I'm gonna assume that as long as you choose the majority of the words for the particular girl, it's gonna trigger their path anyway. Logically. I think it's gonna do it anyway. So, how is Melody not one of them? I swear I do not understand that. Is Kiss one of them? No? I guess not. There we go! Okay, so we should be on the Sayori path now. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it, and go ahead and read the next portion, see if we're on the Sayori path. Hopefully we are. Hi again, Peter. Glad to see you didn't run away on this. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is... Okay, so let me go ahead and see. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not gonna hit the skip just yet. I want to actually see if I'm getting any indication that we're on her path. Let me see. Let's see. And of course, from what I understand, also, in order to make sure you do all this stuff right, if it gives you options where you choose amongst the girls, you do have to choose whichever one it relates to. Like, if you're trying to go for Sayori's path, you have to... let's be bothered today. Okay, so they're discussing the festival. We should be getting an indication. Talking about cupcakes. Natsuki can make cupcakes. She's being hungry. Nah, this is still the same, actually. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think this is... Let me see. Let me see if we get the cutscene. I'm pretty sure that this is Sayori's path, though. Because this should be the part where he goes fixing her stupid blazer and making a big fuss about it. Yeah, because he's telling her that her appearance looks disheveled and all this crap. Yeah. Okay, so we are on her path now. So we're gonna go in... Yeah, we're on the right path. So we're gonna go ahead and skip forward. Okay, so... Alright, so apparently when you hit skip at parts where you choose stuff, it does stop. So we're gonna go ahead, and because we're going on her path, we're gonna start with her first. Let's see. I'm not sure we're gonna get anything different or not this time around. I'm gonna go ahead and read. Let's see. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend and all, and I skipped too forward. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Peter. Eh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this, maybe even Natsuki's. Okay, so that sounds a little different. The wording was a little different there. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Eh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Peter poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Peter. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? try new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Yeah, okay, so this is the same poem as the first time. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's the same poem she wrote the first time. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forget to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay, so it looks like it's basically all the same here. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and we'll just choose each character. We're probably going to go ahead and skip, because this is pretty much all the same from the beginning. Yuri. Let's see, does she say anything different? This is more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. Doop-a-doo. I just need to put my thoughts in the words. Just making sure, might be after reading through it. No, did I just raise my voice? Okay. Harry's face can open us. It's been several minutes. We really haven't gotten anywhere. Let's see. Okay, so I think this is the same also. I think her text is pretty much the same as well. Long verb. Okay. Let's see. Doop-a-doo. Glad, good to hear it. Always listening. Don't be blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. So the thing that kind of bothers me is that unfortunately if you hit the skip, it doesn't let you read the poems. It actually doesn't stop at that. It just kind of skips past it. I guess because it's under an assumption you've already read it. But it just depends on how you play through the game, though. That's the thing. Yada, yada, yada. Could have been me. Yeah, so that's the same poem. That's the same poem as it was. For stuff, blah, 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 blah. And of course, that's her tip for the day. Okay, we should be done pretty much. So that's pretty much what happened with that. This is all the same. Oh, and it's the argument again. Okay, so this is the argument that happened the first time. We're gonna have Sayori help us. And of course, when we did this the last time, we chose her to help us anyway. So this is all the same also. So we're just gonna skip ahead and we'll keep going. Nice to see everything fast forwarding like it. Oh, there we go. Poem number 2. Okay, so this next portion we are going to be reading because of the fact that the first portion was pretty much stuff we already played through. And this next portion we are going to read. So let's see. Fireflies, memories. See, some of these are easier to spot now that I've seen them the first time. Is Ocean one of hers? Oh, wrong one. Okie doke. We are back. So now that we chose the majority of the words that should pertain to Sayori, this next section should be completely new. This is a section we have not seen at all in the previous playthrough. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Peter. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that, all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want... Oh, okay, so no... Okay, so this portion is still the same. Oops. Okay, so this portion is still the same. It's about her talking about being hungry and not having enough food, blah, blah, blah. Yuri not wanting to get involved. I was pretty sure we were going to get a brand new section here. Especially since nearly all the words pertain to Oh, hello. Oh yeah, that's whenever Natsuki threw the cookie at her. The only reason why I'm not hitting skip is because I want to make sure I don't skip anything by accident. I'm just making sure. Okay, gets the cookie, eats the cookie. Alright, blah blah blah. Natsuki gets mad. Don't know where Monika's at. And of course, they speculate she has a boyfriend. And she's there, she's just late. Still, this next section after this should be new. Complain here anyway. Looks like we're gonna settle down. Natsuki appeared in the closet. Okay. Peter! Okay, now this next section is new. Sorry about that. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up. Me and Monika were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monika, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Peter to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Aw, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Peter? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monika have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kinda dull. Peter, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet. The last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. Ah, I'm so excited. The festival's going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Peter, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too! They're kinda dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait! I'm looking for my favorite color! Fine, fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Oh, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. Ow! Oh, good lord. That hurts. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, 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 ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori's sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Okay, so yeah, this is a different scene. Ow. Jeez, how hard did she hit her head? Jeez. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Peter, where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with... What? I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. Ah, what are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it'll be used as an ice pack rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returned to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. That's a bottle of apple juice? The bottle looks like it's something you'd see for a water bottle, not apple juice. Okay, well anyway. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Peter. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. Kinda like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Peter, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Peter, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Eh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Okay. Monica's like, I don't know what to say. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything you needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Peter. Well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too! Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Okie dokie. So we start at the top of the list with Sayori. So we should be getting something different this time. Because the first time around we did more appealing to Yuri whenever we played through this portion. So we should be getting stuff different now. Peter, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... no way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Well, stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Peter, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Okay, he's just got exclamation points. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Ah! I broke my pencil! Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down to pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I am a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Okay, so this is the same as the first time, too. The poem she has about bottles and dusting it off for people inside her head. Yeah, so that's the same one. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. Don't get too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. Quite literally, unfortunately. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, let's see. Natsuki next. Train wreck, I'll take it as a win. I get the feeling. Okay, so some of this is actually a little different from what it looks like. So something tells me I see completely disappoint. It's a poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sorry, is a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is definitely different to some degree. Oops. Sorry, bumped my microphone. Like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Okay, so this is Amy Like Spiders, so we've already seen this one. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. You know people like that? Okay, so this is basically the same here. Okay. Okay, so the beginning portion was a little different. This part is still the same after the poem anyway. So I think the beginning portions when you first shown the poems may be a little different depending on what it is you wrote. Okay, so let's actually try reading at least this beginning portion here. Are you still mad at me? Eh? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak about thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. Oh, wow. Okay, so that time we didn't even get to read a poem from Yuri. Interesting. Did not get to even do that at all. So as Monica's is the same. Hi again, Peter. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that as long as it's not going bad. So this is pretty much the same point with her, actually. Alright, it's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori like the other one that she wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. It's kind of exaggerating. Yeah, probably. And then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just, I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? Oh no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Yeah, so this is the same from the last time too. It's even more abstract than your last one. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. So a lot of this is still the same what she said the last time too. So I think Monica's dialogue doesn't really change that much. Yeah, I think her dialogue pretty much stays the same. Don't read each other's poems right. I have something planned today, so okay. I think this part is pretty much the same actually. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the same. Yeah, I think we can skip this portion. This is pretty much the same sort of deal. It's just them discussing the festival and saying what they're going to do and how they're planning to do it. And so on and so forth. So, yeah, so portions of the game in the first act are the same regardless of what path you go. Okay, so this is the portion where we would choose to either walk home with Yuri or Sayori. So, we're still going to go and walk with Sayori because we want to keep this a straight path for her. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like coming home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Peter. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it to. So, Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. Sorry. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh, yay! We're at poems again. Okay, let's see. So once again, I'm gonna go through this whole thing of choosing the words. I will be right back. Okie dokie, so I am back. Let's see. So I know whenever we played through the first time, let me go ahead and kind of skip this. Whenever we played through the first time, this part we did see, and a lot of, because like for whatever weird reason when we were playing through the game, we first got a Sayori path, but then all of a sudden we went Yuri, and then we went back to Sayori. So let's go ahead and do Sayori first again. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Peter. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright?
Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today.
Do you want a nap or something?
No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face.
Well, alright.
Hey, Peter? I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end...
Yeah. I guess you're the one who likes this one the most.
Why? You don't want to get closer to everyone else?
Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. Okay, so this next portion is actually different here. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori?
No! Peter, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this?
Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden.
If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier.
Sayori, I glanced around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile.
It's nothing, Peter. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori?
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Okay, so that was a slight bit different. I don't know, my memory's a little hazy as far as that part goes, but I'm definitely pretty certain that was different because I don't quite remember that. Let's see, Natsuki.
This one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit.
Well, of course, I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems, anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
No! Gross! It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
That's... It's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you.
Ugh.
Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach.
Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Oh, I know.
Huh. So, interestingly enough, okay, so this is the thing I find interesting. So, whenever we were going down the Sayori path, Natsuki seems to be more nicer to us. But when we go down Yuri's path, she's more hostile. That is very, very interesting. And then we're getting the complete opposite with Yuri, and where Yuri is more shutting down when we went the Sayori path, but yet when we were going either her path, it was the complete opposite, of course, because it was hers, but, makes me wonder what's going to happen when we get to the Natsuki part, actually.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too.
How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki.
Anyway.
Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. Okay, so this is different. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. Whoops. That skipped too forward. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, Gosh darn it. Pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. Okay. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago, but if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again.
Yeah. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach.
So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with a message later?
Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Okay, let's go to Yuri. And she's not talking. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. And we get nothing. And of course we have Monica. Hi Peter. Have you thought about what you want to submit? Have to give some more thought. Let's see. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see, I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well... Peter, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, right? Alright, okay. Lady who knows everything. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much the same from the first one. You know, I feel like blah 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 blah. Okay, so it looks like it's the same stuff anyway. Yeah, pretty much she says the same sort of thing. Hold on, why don't we start figuring out... Let's see. Okay, so this is pretty much the same. So certain portions of it is the same, certain portions is not. We can probably go ahead and skip this part. Because it should be giving us an option, I believe. Okay, so this is the option where it chooses who we're going to go with. We're going to choose Sayori. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and... But Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Okay, so... Alright then. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I had the choice to choose who I was gonna help. But apparently... Alright, that's great. I guess we'll choose Yuri then. I'll probably be the most hopeful about Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki? I can already tell you're about to say something mean. I was just saying... Da-ba-da. Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to be the same stuff we already saw already. Of course, the thing is, what was the point of giving us a choice if we weren't going to... I swear, sometimes this game does get a little weird, in my opinion. I mean, what was the point of giving us the choice then, if we're going to choose one of the other girls anyway? The only reason why I'm not doing skip right now is because I just want to make sure we don't accidentally screw something up here. I turn around. Sorry. I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. And, oh, okay, so this is just whenever they exchange numbers. Well, numbers. At your house on Sunday. Okay, so this is one of the things that I really find weird sometimes, is when you start to play the game a certain way, the characters act a certain way to you, but then the main cutscenes themselves, the main dialogue, has it that it's like none of that ever happened. And it's kind of weird to me that it does that this game does that. Okay, maybe we can go ahead and skip this part. Of course, we were talking... Yeah, no, this is the same part as before. This is the same thing with Yuri. So this should stop at the part where we get the choice option thing here. So, yeah, so some of this part, regardless of what path we choose, is still the same. This part is still the same. And here comes Sayori. Okay, so here we go. So this is the part where we make the choice. We say, I love you. And we, of course, have seen this dialogue already. I'm not going to hit the skip because the problem is, if you get to the scene that shows her already dead, you can't restart. You can't go for the fulfillment ending, because once you get that far, the game prevents you from restarting and resaving. So at the very least, we're gonna go to where it's the next day, I think, or the very least, can we get this past this part? I think if we at least get to Monica, we should be able to do a new story mode. Blah blah blah, da da da, what are you saying? Da 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 da. Keep in mind, we've already seen this part already. So, for anyone who's wondering why I'm skipping this, we've already seen this portion already when we played through the game the first time. So we already know all this dialogue already. Okay. So it's next day. It's the day of the festival. So what we need to do is go to our settings. We need to go to main menu. Yes. Okay. So there's that. What I'm going to go and do is start a new game. I don't know why the new game is doing this, but let's see. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. Okay, so it is restarting. Okay, so this is good. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and save. And we're going to go ahead and return. Actually, where is this? We need to go back to the main menu now. Yes. Alright, so the good news is that it allowed us to start a new game, and it allowed us to save. That's good. So that means we are on the right path. So for the Sayori portion, like I said earlier during the Let's Play, I'm probably going to cut past the poem part, because with the poems, since you need to make sure you pick the right words for each of the girls, I'm just going to skip past those portions. Those aren't really as important in my opinion. And also all the words for each of the girls. You guys can look them up online if you want to figure out how to do this yourself. But yeah, definitely portions of this game I did choose to skip, and portions of it I did read because it was stuff we hadn't seen. Now, next time we're going to start off with the Natsuki path, because from what I read, that's the best way to do this. The best way to get the fulfillment ending is to go Sayori, Natsuki, and then Yuri. Now, for Yuri's portion, we are not going to bother playing, like, for Yuri's portion, I'm not going to even bother going through that portion, we're not really going to actually read through any of the dialogue for that. The reason why that is because Yuri's portion of the playthrough, you eventually get that no matter which way you go. We did get a good chunk of what we saw with her when we played through the first time. And even if you didn't, anything you missed, you kind of more or less see it when you go into Act 2 anyway. So with Yuri's portion, we're just going to skip forward with all of that. In fact, I don't even think... Honestly, I don't know if there's any point in me even recording Yuri's portion because of that reason. Because it would just be easier just to skip past all of that, in all honesty. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. But Natsuki's part, though, we haven't read or seen... I personally haven't read or seen any portion of Natsuki's portion at all. So for her parts, we're probably going to have more than one episode of her. Because to get all 3 of the cutscenes for her, it's going to take a lot of work for that. And then, of course, once we get to Monika's bit, and when we delete her, and when we restart the brand new game, then we should be getting the actual fulfillment ending. We should be getting that ending instead of the usual ending that you get the first time. But this is good. This is actually a good... Looks like we're starting along pretty good. We're going on a good path. And hopefully, if we do everything according to plan, we should not mess this up. But regardless though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, if you liked what you saw, you know the drill. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that said, I will see you guys around later. Bye.